Namaste. Myself, CA Pramod Jain, and this small video is related to a very important point, which is related to the compliance, the annual compliances, and the various other compliances under the Companies Act 2013, as amended by the Companies Amendment Act 2017. Now, what has happened that Section 403, which allows certain documents to be filed with additional fees, which is maximum 12 times, up to say 270 days, 180 days plus the filing days within 30 days if a form is to be filed, then the form could have been filed by paying an additional fee of 12 times the normal fee. Now that section 403 has been amended, and certain other sections which mentioned specifically about 403, that section has been amended through the Companies Amendment Act 2017, and the amendments are effected with effect from 7th of May 2018. So what has happened now? Now we all know that now if a form is required to be filed, if it is not filed within the due period of the section, especially the two forms, the annual return, which is AOC 4, and the financial statements, the annual return, which is MGT 7, and the financial statement, which is AOC 4. The annual return is to be filed within 60 days of the AGM, and financial statement has to be filed within 30 days of the AGM. If it is not filed within that period, then earlier what used to happen that you could have filed up to 300 days or 270 additional days after the due date of filing by paying the additional fee of 12 times. Now that has been amended, and now it says that after the due date, that fee would be 100 rupees per day. And that 100 rupees per day fee is effective with effect from 1st of July 2018. So this month, June 2018, you have still got the time to file the pending documents, these two returns, the annual returns and the financial statements by 30th June with the additional fee of 12 times maximum, whatever is the additional fee applicable, depending upon the days passed. But if it is not done, then with effect from 1st of July 2018, the penalty, the additional fee would be the 12 times plus 100 rupees per day for each of the documents. But is that the only change which the 403 amendment has brought? No, it goes beyond that. What is that? Additional fee, of course, we have discussed, it is would be not less than 100 rupees per day, which currently is 100 rupees per day. And others, it is 12 times. That's other than these two documents, the annual return and the financial statement, and increase in nominal capital, all other documents can be filed by paying the additional fee of 12 times. And one says that my document is pending for say March 16 or March 17, or that is the period before 7th of May. So there is a provision made under the rules where the fee is provided that the fee is payable at the actual time of filing applicable, whatever is the fee is payable. Is any penalty leviable if the company files the document late by paying the requisite additional fee? No, the question is always asked. Now, if that financial statement is to be filed, so suppose now it is filed by say August, so 30 days have passed. So the company has paid 100 rupees per day. That is again what they have paid is 3000 rupees extra. So the fee has been paid. Is any penalty leviable? Because most of the provisions apart from the filing fee also contain the requirement of payment of the penalty. So if I paid the additional fee, is that penalty leviable? Let us see. If we see that certain sections under the Companies Act had provided that if the document is to be filed with the registrar within the specified period, say 30 days, and if it is not filed within those 30 days, then it could have been filed with the additional time period provided under section 403. Now, those requirement of filing within the due time given under 403 has been amended, has been omitted. In which sections? In 6 sections. That is section 89, where MGT 7 is to be filed within 30 days of declaration received for the beneficial owner. Section 92, the annual return we have discussed. Section 117, the filing of resolutions, specifically the resolution under section 117 related to the special resolutions, and 180 wherever the special resolution and other resolutions are mentioned to be filed by the company. Section 121, MGT 15, a report by the AGM on the listed companies. Section 137, the AOC 4, the filing of the financial statements. And section 157, furnishing of the bill. So these 6 sections had provided that if that document is not furnished to the registrar within the specified period, then it could have been furnished within the additional time period provided under section 403. Now that provision has been omitted from all these 6 sections. So what is the impact? The impact, section 40C further says that shall without prejudice to the liability for the payment of fee and additional fee be liable for the penalty or punishment provided under this act for such failure or default. So what happens now? After 30 days of the AGM, if the financial statements are not filed, then there is a fee, additional fee of 100 rupees per day, plus the penalty which is prescribed under that section itself. So the impact is huge. The fee would have to be paid by filing of the document. The fine or the penalty that would be levied upon whenever the show cause is issued by the registrar of companies. So now the compliance is very, very important. Let's just take a very small example. Where an auditor resigns, if an auditor resigns and he does not file form ADD3 within 30 days, many of our friends say yes, it can be filed later also along with the additional fee. Yes, it can be filed, but there is a penalty, minimum 50,000, maximum 5 lakhs. That minimum fee of 50,000 that has now been reduced to 50,000 or amount of the audit fee payable by the Companies Amendment Act 2017. The minimum fee has been reduced to 50,000 or amount of the audit fee receivable by the auditor. So if that ADT3 is filed late, say after 31 days or 32 days or after 30 days, any period, then apart from that additional fee, the penalty is also leviable just after 30 days. So for all the sections, apart from these 6 sections, the penalty was already leviable wherever the document was filed delayed. The exception was given for these 6 sections, these 6 compliances. Mainly amongst them is my AOC 4, my MGT 7 for annual filing and for financial statements and annual return, and my special resolution, especially MGT 14, where the additional fee up to another 270 days was given. Now that has been omitted. So if that MGT 14 is not filed within 30 days, the penalty which is provided therein starts. Let us just go through what these 6 sections, because other sections already the penalty which were levied, they would be levied after the due date. These 6 sections had an extended period of time under section 403 which has been amended. So what are these penalties? If I talk about section 89, the penalty for late filing is minimum 500 rupees per day, and if it is a continuing default, 1000 rupees per day. So now if that declaration by the beneficial owner is not filed within due date, the additional fee will be 100 rupees and the penalty rupees would be 500 rupees per day. For my annual return, section 92, company minimum 50,000, maximum 5 lakhs, and officer in default, imprisonment up to 6 months or fine 50,000 to 5 lakhs or both. So if that annual return MGT 7 is not filed within 60 days of the AGM, apart from the 100 rupees per day, the additional fine that could be levied, I would say could be, though the section says shall be levied, minimum 50,000, maximum 5 lakhs. So again, the compliance is a huge impact, huge emphasis has been given through this Companies Amendment Act 2017 to make the compliances within time. Another is my section of filing of financial statements, 1000 rupees per day, maximum 10 lakh rupees. So if after 30 days, this financial statement, say for March 18, We have to file by, normally the company has an AGM normal on 29th or 30th September. So it has to file within 30 days. So if it is not filed, 100 rupees per day additional fee and fine of rupees 1000 rupees per day, maximum 10. So the impact is huge. For filing of the resolution MGT 7, the fine is on company minimum 1 lakh, maximum 25 lakhs, and officer in default minimum 50,000, maximum 5 lakhs. Report on AGM by listed company section 121. On the company, minimum fine 1 lakh, maximum 5 lakhs, and the officer in default 25,000 minimum, maximum 1 lakh. And for furnishing of DIN under section 157, company 25,000 to 1 lakh rupees, and officer in default 25,000 to 1 lakh. Now, please see that if these documents are now not filed within time, then this penalty shall be levied as per section 403. Though the benefit for the OPC, the small company, has been given, where the penalty, the fine could be half down. But now after this huge amendment under the Companies Act related to section 403, I would say related to section 403, because not only 403, the other 6 sections have been amended. So this time, file your financial statements, your annual returns, your special resolution well before time. And any pending documents past this June 2018 is the last month. After that, 100 rupees per day fine for these 2 documents. Again, I am repeating, my financial statements and annual return would be levied. It would not be, you won't be able to file. So please make the compliances on time. Thank you very much. Thank you.